This video is sponsored by Typhus Sync Gold Dual. You know what I always think of at nighttime? What are people eating these days for dinner? Since we haven't tested recipes in a really long time, let's get back to adopting the logic of more views means better quality. So every day for dinner this week, we're gonna test out a different viral chicken recipe, and in the end, we'll pick a winner.
So what's it feel like to finally win this thing?
Winner, chicken dinner.
Always a pleasure to be starting with radioactive chicken. This piece of chicken is looking perfectly lean and a little too good. Sort of like when my mom accused my sister of being on Ozempics. This piece of chicken had some help. Since Monday is the most exciting day of the week, we have to cook something creamy, mushroomy, and exciting. This recipe is created by an account called Don't Go Bacon My Heart. Well, he's in a millennial. I went to check out his page and it's really nice. A lot of healthy, easy recipes. And if I have to describe this creator with a color, it would be yellow.
First thing you want to do is slice your chicken breast and then you're going to dredge it through seasoned flour.
What is seasoned flour and why are we dredging it? Questions for later. For now, we'll just lay the breast in, coat it all over, pat it a little bit to get off the excess. Kinda looks like a fish trying to escape. In a pan, 2 tablespoons of butter. We'll also do some oil. This is to delay the browning of the butter. Then we'll lay our breast in and watch it shrink like George Costanza out of the pool. These are pretty thin, so we'll sear on medium for about 3 minutes. You can monitor the doneness from the side. We'll flip both, another 3 minutes, take it out, crank up to maximum heat, and in goes all the mushrooms. Remember guys, mushrooms loves heat and oil. Once they lose about 70% of their moisture, we'll put in the garlic, chicken stock, heavy cream, parmesan. Since we're already using mushroom, some truffle powder. Let it reduce for a bit, finish with parsley, put the chicken back in and kind of like scoop the sauce on top of it to flavor it, and it's pretty much done. The sauce is a lot more watery than I expected. And I turned on the heat again to reduce it further and a little more parm. Alright. Oh, the sauce kind of went to the bottom. The chicken's super tender, the sauce is flavorful, and I feel like we need more salt in this. In the video it looks super rich, but this is like a little bit soupy, probably my fault. So I'll give it a 7 out of 10.
Let me show you how to make my incredible Marry Me chicken pasta. Recipe so good somebody might put a ring on.
I'll put a ring on you, Ahmed, even if you don't make me the chicken. I will always be grateful for the Golden Balance because I never told you guys this. He's the first food creator to support my format. When I first started about 2.5 years ago, I was struggling a lot, unsure of my content, and him, being one of the most respected people in this space, reached out to me in the DMs and told me that he enjoyed my content, which is incredible, you know, because I'm used to people being mean to me on a daily basis. So somebody like him, who I look up to, is so nice to me. It really shocks me, and I hope to do the same for others, but I frequently forget. So we're back at it with the seasoned flour, and this time I'll explain to you why people do it. Apparently, the reason has 3 folds. It prevents sticking, forms a better crust, and leaves off more fond. And we're going with 2 tablespoons of butter, some sun-dried tomato. What even is sun-dried tomatoes? I don't think I've ever had it. So we'll chop it up, put it in, start sauteing. You know what it smells like? Raisins. Then some garlic to fry off the aroma. To give it some heat, he also used Calabrian chili. I've never seen Calabrian chili mentioned anywhere besides people talking about carbone. So I'm going with really old chili oil with hella MSG in it and some chicken stock. This is turning into a really beautiful deep red color. Half a cup of heavy cream, paprika, thyme, and white pepper. Finally, finishing off with some chiffonade basil. You might be asking, why'd you put it on a scale? I'm watching my protein intake because I'm seeing my family in November and I have to be shredded, otherwise they'll never have respect for me. Looking pretty juicy, huh? So we cut it all up, put the pasta on a plate, put it on top, dress it up one more time with lemon, parsley, or what he calls the Italian snow. You guys already know I'm married to all of my subscribers, but the smell of this plate makes me want to become one with it. Let's get the thickest piece of chicken. I think a lot of the sauce got absorbed by the spaghetti. Get a bite. The sun-dried tomato almost give it like aged flavor to the sauce. It takes like a normal tomato sauce with heavy cream into a much deeper, fuller experience. I can see myself eating this every day. I'll give it a 9 out of 10. 9.1 out of 10. It's Wednesday already, damn, and today is leg day, which means we're eating thighs. As soon as I took it out, my smooth brain had some trouble recognizing the species because these legs are huge, yo. Are you sure these are not turkey? So I double checked. It is chicken. Where are they feeding them these days? And today's recipe is from one of my all-time favorite creators, Sarah-Nutrition Matters. I'm telling you guys, this girl is insanely good. Every single recipe she puts out makes me want to try so bad. Like, look at the aesthetic of her feed. Incredible. Let me compare it to mine to give you some idea.
Whenever I need a dinner that's seasoned to perfection but doesn't require my entire spice cabinet, I make this air fryer paprika chicken.
Starting with the marinade, the juice of a whole lemon. I love the ratio of flesh and skin here. Then follow up with all of my smoked paprika, thyme, garlic powder, onion powder, pepper, salt. Oil it up and then rub it. Once it's all mixed up, we'll leave it to marinate for at least 2 hours. To make sure we cook the chicken to its juiciest state, we're going to use the Sync Gold Dual, the most powerful wireless thermometer on the market right now. It has what could only be described as rock-solid connections. With sub 1G plus Wi-Fi, I can put the food in the air fryer, walk across the apartment, crawl into my bed to watch Rick and Morty, and still track temperatures in real time up to 3,000 feet away. I'll be able to know exactly when my food reaches perfection. The smart base is super convenient. If I don't feel like it, there's no need to pull out my phone. I can set and view the temperatures directly on the base station. But what makes Typher great is the probes. Each one has 6 sensors for incredibly accurate tracking of both internal and ambient heat. They're waterproof, heat resistant up to 932 degrees, and built to last. Sync Gold Dual takes the guesswork out of air frying. Check out the link in the description or the top comment. Use my code CANOETYPHER for 15% off. You better hurry though, the game day kickoff sale is ending soon. You can get it for just $143 instead of $229. Looking a bit charred, but it's just the crispiness happening. The oyster is about to hit so good. Let's start with the potato. Tender and fluffy on the inside. I actually don't like it too crunchy. This is about to be explosive. I already know. And something about like the power of the air fryer really encloses all the juice and seasoning into the chicken. I'll give this an 8.5, but in terms of balancing the effort and the taste, this is the best one so far.
Today we're making chicken lo mein so I can teach my nephew's mom how to make it. So maybe he'll stop asking me and he'll start asking you. Starting off with the chicken chesticle, go ahead and carefully cut it in a nice...
Did he just call it a chesticle? I'm very proud to say that. I've been like one of the OG fans of Ian. Like back when he started in that old kitchen, different angle and no signature BGM. Something about his videos just make me want to keep watching. Usually late at night too. Here we have our chicken chesticle. It's kind of blue. We'll slice it very thinly to take on the marinade, which is salt, soy sauce, baking soda, white pepper, the most Chinese looking Chinese cooking wine inspired by iShow Speed, cornstarch egg white, and some oil to prevent sticking. For the vegetables, we're gonna cut the thick part of the scallion into chunks, the green part into garnish. Definitely gotta go with some cabbage. We're using the shredder from the Kitchen Gadgets video. Such a life changer. Plus, it's just fun, you know, it's like a toy. Then we'll use my extra safety mandolin to julienne some carrots. Moving on to the sauce, starting with soy sauce, obviously, and some dark soy sauce, oyster sauce, a little bit of sesame oil, white pepper, minced garlic and ginger, monosodium glutamate. It's supposed to be sugar, but I'm using Aunt Jemima because we come correct. Oh, I'm sorry, Pearl Milling Company syrup, because we come politically correct. Speaking of which, you know a pack of noodle is fire when it comes in a racist ass packaging. Today we're using the Fettuccine Oriento. In case you haven't figured it out, it's Chinese lo mein noodles. On the stovetop, we're dropping the chicken sort of like individually into a boiling pot of water. What is up with the foam on top? So I remove the foam, cook it for like 2 minutes and take it out. Same wok, maximum heat, some oil. We'll start with the hardest vegetable, saute a little bit till the oil turns orange, then the onion, scallion, and cabbage. When the cabbage start wilting, we'll drop in the sauce. A lot of people tell you drop the sauce along the sides of the wok, but I really don't think it matters. Then goes the chicken, cooked noodles, been through ice water, and the garnish. Now this part I really didn't expect to be so annoying. Like mixing noodles is so much more difficult than rice. Like how you're supposed to do it, even tossing doesn't mix it that well. But anyways, after a lot of work, we finally mixed it through. Thank God the noodles are kind of like al dente so it doesn't break. That sauce is just so flavorful. The chicken is so tender. I can't believe it. Everything about this is great. Ian is pretty much a genius. My only complaint would be that it's a little inconvenient. It took me like 45 minutes to prepare this. But other than that, it's a 8.5 out of 10. Starting with our GGS. It's sad that it's Friday, we're not frying, we're doing the opposite by boiling. So this recipe is suggested by one of my channel members, and the video is really well made, like it's done by a videographer, professional or something.
I'm using bone-in chicken leg to keep it juicy. Add garlic, ginger, and scallions to a pot of water.
Well, first of all, I love the way this guy talks, okay? If the Gen Z stare represents our faces, then the dead inside monotone is the voice of our generation. This whole leg quarter drops straight into boiling water. Again, I can't believe this is not turkey. Like, how big are these thighs? The sequence is it comes to a boil, we drop it in, turn it to low heat and cover to let it cook till it reaches the temperature, which is gonna take about 25 to 30 minutes. While we wait, we're gonna grate a bunch of ginger into scallion and pour hot oil on it. It smells super good. As soon as it reaches 165, we'll drop into ice water to shock it, locking in the moisture. Then we'll just slice up some cucumbers to go with it and talk to myself. I can't believe what I'm doing here. Making stuff look nice? Who am I? So we want the old fish connect back. One of the final steps here will be removing the bones because, you know, we want to put maximum care into our food. What is that? I'm gonna blindly trust technology and believe it's at the appropriate temperature. And the first line of attack in terms of deboning is saving the oyster by kind of sticking your finger under there to scrub it out and just slowly work your knife around the bone. Chicken thigh after cooking is really easy to detach. And for this other one, you know what, I actually like it on the bone, alright? Totally not because I'm lazy or anything. And it actually works as a base for the presentation of the boneless one. I almost forgot about the aroma oil on top. Quite a bit of work. Pick the centerpiece as the juiciest and the most bloody. If anything happens to me, I'll let you guys know. And the herbaceousness from the ginger and the scallion really lightens it up. I was expecting kind of like a gooey, bland boiled chicken, but there's a lot of flavor in this. Supposedly we should have rice with this and a little soy sauce. You know, I can't really eat carbs right now, so I gotta go with the cucumbers. I'll give it a 9 out of 10. I'm very surprised. Our next recipe is from the highest achieving mom in the Bay Area, Tiffy Cooks. All of her recipes are super realistic, and I love the way she says soy sauce, oyster sauce, honey, 5-spice. So instead of a seasoned flour this time, we're doing a light coating of cornstarch. Similar idea, but the difference in effect is the same idea. Soy sauce, oyster sauce, 5-spice powder. No honey, but Aunt Jemima calls me honey. A lot of garlic. Mix it up with a lickman fork. We're ready to move on to the stove.
Damn, I'm cold. I'm so clean. Look at me go, yeah. Get on my team. Been on a roll. I got what I need. Look at me, I go. Look at me, I go.
I really hope it's cooked, bro. 4 minutes on each side exactly. And the thickest part is looking... I don't know. Let's taste it to find out. It is so unbelievably tender that it might be raw. This is like medium well chicken. Salmonella only exists on the surface, I think. No, that's E. coli. The sauce is incredible. Subtle sweetness, the 5-spice powder. I really wish I have some rice right now. I'll give this a 9 out of 10. I think among everyone who makes these 20-minute dinner series, Tiffy Cooks is the best one. Okay, this next chicken recipe is super easy. It's like a quick dinner from Teeny. I think she might be the top food influencer on TikTok. I don't know why, but everything she makes looks good. Like, even if she just makes such a simple thing, she manages to make it look really appetizing.
Today for dinner, I'm doing a 1-sheet pan dinner. I'm gonna throw everything in the pan, throw it in the oven, call it a day. Okay, it's all done.
And since it's the season and it's my favorite vegetable, we're gonna do a butternut squash. My favorite vegetable is actually the honey nut squash. but I can't really find it in New York. I used to eat it all the time back in Ithaca. The species of honey nut squash is actually developed at the Cornell Agriculture School. Judging from the deep orange, this is like a really good one. I think mid-September is their first harvest of the year. I can never cut it super evenly. Look at this. What a vegetable. We'll cut these into similar sized pieces as the carrots. Teeny's recipe used a lot of Dijon mustard and obviously salt, pepper, some garlic powder, onion powder. To give some sweetness, in the video she used maple syrup. I already have Aunt Jemima. We already used it earlier. I don't want to make this video too redundant. We're gonna use some Mike's Hot Honey, extra hot. It's like a honey mustard sauce, yo. I've never baked anything covered in mustard before. This feels really white. Lay it all down into a hotel pan, a couple sprigs. Tina did a whole chicken. Like, she actually butchered everything and stuff. Well, I don't really want to do that. This might be too thick. Let me cut it open. Same seasoning as before. Mustard is so underrated. Rub this all together. Stick it in between, sort of on top of the vegetables. Kind of flavor and season each other as they bake. I don't know. Why does mine look so bad? Put it in the oven, dinner will be ready in 30 minutes. 350. Not gonna judge a book by its cover. Let's start with my favorite vegetable, the squash. I don't really taste the mustard anymore. And the Mike's Hot Honey, extra hot, is making it extra hot. It's making it extra hot. Going over to the carrot. Oh, that is hard. Okay, let's get this piece of breast. Man, what am I doing? The best item here is the chicken. I was so concerned to just straight up baking it will make it really dry, pretty tender. Maybe the mustard did something to it. But the vegetables, man, I'm gonna have to give this a 7 out of 10. Sorry, Teeny. This recipe is gonna be a reattempt of the Hellman Mayo crusted chicken. I think the high heat split the mayo and a bunch of oil just got baked out. When I taste this bite, all I can think about is Big Neck Ed from 90 Day Fiancé.
Surely there's some shampoo that you can use for dry scalps. Like, Mayo!
The reason why we're doing it again is because I feel like the last time we didn't do that good of a job. Oh, what is this? Let's just cut it out. This is not even radioactive anymore. This is just straight up post-apocalyptic. Last time we had a problem with cooking it through, so I think this time we should butterfly it to make it like thin. And it's better for the crust, I think. There's 2 more steps to complete this. First step, cover it with mayonnaise as much as you want. We got the garlic one too. Maybe they call it aioli. Spread it evenly. It's chicken parmesan, guys. Finally, we top it with panko. Press the crust down to mix in with the mayo a little bit and the cheese. Yeah, it'll take care of itself. Into the oven at 375 for 20 minutes. Right out of the oven. Looking pretty good. Oh no, the crust got messed up. This time, no cornflakes, straight up panko. It should be a lot better. Cutting from the center. Ooh, it's really tender. That is too tender. Does mayo have tenderizing effect? Look at this. So you can cut it with a spoon. It's like a piece of cake. Alright, let's give it a taste and rate 1 through 10. This is so good, bro. I don't know what it is. I've never tasted baked chicken breast this tender in my life. Maybe at Olive Garden. A little bit of lemon. I feel like I'm at Lake Como. This is Italy, bro. This is chicken parmigiano. I'll give this a 9.3 out of 10. Highly, highly recommend. After a whole week of eating chicken dinners, I think the top 3 most highly rated and my favorite are the Marry Me chicken spaghetti, air fried chicken and potatoes, and the Hellman Mayo crusted chicken parm. I have to say, 3 very surprising results. And among these 3, I have to factor in the difference in juiciness between chicken thigh and a breast. Well, to pick a dinner that I can eat every day, obviously I'm going to choose the healthier version that's going to get me jacked out of my mind. So I have to eliminate all thighs, which is a choice I only make culinarily. And between the 2 breast dishes, I have to say the Marry Me chicken spaghetti is the winner. It's intense, but it's balanced. The most important part is the sustainability of it, because the sauce is light. Well, I mean, it's sort of light. The chicken is just simply seared, and the spaghetti, I can't eat carbs, but I secretly finish those spaghetti. It also could be that I'm just discovering sun-dried tomatoes and getting hooked like a middle-aged man in the 80s. So I'll let you guys know if that ever changes. We haven't had a real talk in a while, and I just thought of this while I'm editing. I want to tell you, on this channel, we test out a lot of beautiful dishes, viral recipes, and hype restaurants. But I think good food is never about beauty, theatrics, or virality. The best dish is the one that you connect with the most, the one that provides comfort and brings back memories. The same thing applies to life. The best life is not online or being lived out by people around you, is the one that you wholeheartedly choose to live. Alright, thank you.